Dear viewers, Veronica here. Thanks so much for watching. You are most welcome to the Experts Corner. Our special guest today is from Sri Lanka and she will let us know more about herself. Nisa?
Hello, hi Veronica. Thank you so much for having me on your show, and it's pleasure being here with experts like you. So my name is Nisa Vitana, and I'm currently engaging in three different roles at Meta Defense Labs, a cybersecurity and infrastructure solutions provider based in UK and Sri Lanka. So I represent in the board of directors of Meta Defense Labs while engaging as a consultant in business process and strategy development. So I'm also responsible for the operations in South and Southeast East Asia region. I do volunteer as the program director for Shisizo Exec, a give back initiative in creating emotionally intelligent cybersecurity leaders. So being an invisible mentor, I write articles and blogs on various topics. And so 2 years ago, I took my own risk and changed the career from marketing to marketing operations to cybersecurity. And so far it's been treating amazing for me, and it has been a great journey so far. So I'm enjoying how we approach cybersecurity or security rather as a company, because it's a great field, and you don't necessarily need IT knowledge. There are so many interesting domains you can choose from. So I'm currently learning to become a certified ethical hacker and ISO 27001 lead implementer. So I'm also currently reading for my MBA at Cardiff Metropolitan University, UK. So, yeah, like I said, my hands are full right now, but I love staying engaging in work. So my friends sometimes call me night owl, and because of sometimes my brain works better at night. So it reaches its full potential only at night. So yeah, I'm kind of a workaholic as well as a night owl. Thank you.
I can imagine. Yeah, that's an awesome profile you have there, Nisa. And I believe you made a good choice to join the cybersecurity industry. Yeah. So our topical discussion today will be on cyber resilience. And
Mhm.
right now, as you see, it is hard to even imagine living without technology, especially in this era of the pandemic. However, risks like cybersecurity breaches or cyber attacks are causing severe damage to organizations, and which is one of the reasons as to why cyber resilience is important in an organization. So, Nisa, we would like you to take us through the key steps in building a cyber resilience program.
Sure, Veronica. Yeah, thank you so much for asking this question actually, because I can go on for days talking about this in details. But yeah, since we have limited time, I'll quickly take you through some of the steps we approach as a company. But before that, I actually read an article yesterday. It was a study done by Clark School in 2017. So they reveal that criminals attack us, every 39 seconds on average. And, according to IBM, the average time to identify and contain a breach takes 280 days. So you can imagine where we stand in terms of cyber attacks and cybersecurity. But what we do as a company, Veronica, we widely use, the widely used NIST cybersecurity framework. I think it's a comparable approach with 5 key domains for a comprehensive cyber resilience strategy. So if you take, identify potential threats and then protect your organization from these threats, then detect breaches and, other incidents, respond to those incidents and recover if an attack was successful. So essentially, I think building cyber resilience require a cultural transformation, and it doesn't happen overnight. So that's something that we always tell our clients when they kind of when we take them through this journey. So I believe that the best approach for cyber resilience is to implement both an information security management system, so ISMS, and a business continuity management system. So, I mean, however, we find that, as the first step, I think any organization should be able to assess their current security posture before they even go there. So, I mean, before they implement any strategy. So it is important to identify their crown jewels, which is their information assets, and, they should be able to map them based on the risk appetite. So next, I think in getting the basics in place. So sometimes, organizations forget to apply basic security controls while looking for the magic security box. So, remember, it's always people over process over technology. And having a solid technology in place is also critical, but I mean, that has to be managed and maintained by people at the end of the day. So, you need to, people will be following those processes. So you need to empower, I think, the people should be empowered with right tools, knowledge, and skills to perform their duties effectively. And once you identify the current security posture, I think, and your desired level, like where you want to go, next would be developing strategy. So, my advice for companies is to invest on a proper security program with expert support, because, sometimes you may lacking the skills, or you may lacking, experience in your people. But if you kind of join with, or if you find the trusted partner in security, you should be able to implement it much better. And also, like, cyber hygiene or cyber resilience is not just one of tick box. We always tell our customers it's not just one of tick box. It needs practice, and importantly, like, collective effort. So, like secure configurations, routine updates, patches, and access permission reviews. So those are essential, but people tend to forget those in the process. So, naturally, I think prevention is the first goal of any effective cyber resilient program, but not all attacks can be prevented. So you need to have either a robust detection mechanism, or identify breaches and mitigate them before they cause damage. So you need to have a well-trained staff to detect and respond these attacks. So that's why we always say the people, you need to empower people with right training, right skills, and with right knowledge. So I think each organization will take a different path into full recovery, but it is important to take necessary actions to prevent the incidents from recurring. So the whole point of cyber resilience is to survive an incident and be able to return to business as usual, following an attack. So I guess I answered your question, Veronica. That was too long. That's why I said I can go on for days about this. But yeah, that's in summary.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nisa, for summarizing all this, and also for sharing with us today. I believe our viewers have learned something from you, and to watch more of these videos and to learn more with us, subscribe to this channel to not to miss out. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nisa.
Thank you, Veronica. Thanks again for having me.
All right.